Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about the famous raggedy doll, Annabelle. The real Annabelle doesn't look as scary as the porcelain doll that's in the films. I mean, what do you think? I mean, I personally think that the real Annabelle doll does not look scary at all. I just think it looks kind of innocent. As the ones in the films are a bit menacing. So it all began in 1970s. Where a student nurse, Donna, received the doll as a birthday present from her mother. Her mother brought the raggedy doll in an antique store and thought it would be a great gift for her daughter. It does look harmless doll, so I guess make a good birthday present. Donna was delighted with the doll. Donna lived with Angie and they both started to realise that the doll was moving around the apartment. For instances, they would place the doll in the chair and come back to find it had fallen on the floor. So maybe it keeps falling off. Should that be alarming at this point? I don't think so. But soon after, the doll started moving a lot more. It would be on the couch instead of on Donna's room. It would also end up outside Angie's bedroom door. As you can imagine, both girls were scared, alarmed by what was causing the doll to move around. Both of these close friends, Lou, did not feel comfortable around the doll. It made him feel nervous. He believed that the doll was either evil or possessed. Donna and Angie did not believe that the doll was possessed. They just thought that they must have been moving it around themselves and couldn't remember it. I mean, I can see why you would rather expect that you are like passing the doll around and forgetting about it than just think straight away, oh no, yeah, it's proof, it's possessed, oh no. I can see why they would do that. So, soon after, both the girls started receiving sinister notes around the apartment. The strange thing about it was the paper used was parchment. Both had never used this type of paper before. The note said things like, help Lou and help us. Do you think the note is a warning sign, or do you think it's just a hoax? Just when you think things couldn't get any more stranger, Donna came home from work and found the doll in her usual spot on the bed. Unfortunately, the doll's hands had blood on them. When she cleaned the doll, she realised the red liquid. She decided to call for a psychic medium. Would you want a doll in your bedroom moving around and watching you sleep? I mean, I wouldn't keep it in my room. I mean, if I thought it was moving around, no way. Okay, so the medium sat down with Donna and Angie and told them a 7-year-old girl who died on the land before the apartment complex was built, the girl's body was found there. So when the raggedy doll arrived at the apartment, the girl became very attached to the doll and somehow her spirit got entrapped within this doll. So Donna and Angie felt really sad if they got rid of the doll, so they decided to keep her. I mean, would you live with a haunted doll if you knew? I mean, I know people do. I don't say they keep them for very long. But yeah, they tried. So their close friend Lou started having nightmares and bad visions about the Annabelle doll. Then one day he was over and he was attacked by Annabelle. And that's when they decided to contact Warrens for help. Before we get into that, let's get back to Lou's attack. So Angie and Lou were spending time together when they heard movement in Donna's room. Donna was not at home. They both froze in fear. At first they thought it might be an intruder, but they both started to be concerned. They both started to think about the doll, the Annabelle doll. Lou decided to walk to Donna's room to find Annabelle was sitting in the chair instead of sitting on the bed where she would normally be. Lou started to slowly move towards Annabelle and a creepy feeling come over him. It was like something was wrong. He felt in terrible pain in his chest. He looked down and there was a series of claw marks and there was no one else in the room with him. The creepiest thing is the marks healed very, very quickly and they were gone within 2 days. So after this, they decided, that's it, the Warrens, we need their help. So the Warrens came and they came with a priest and they discovered that the doll wanted Donna's soul. Annabelle was a demon. It was attached to the doll, which is abnormal as demons normally possess the living. The priests exorcised the apartment and the Warrens took the doll with them. The Warrens decided to drive in the back roads as they were positive they would run into some problems. You guessed it, problems, many. the power started failing, the brakes and the engine wouldn't start. Ed decided to spray the holy water on the doll and the activity decreased. I bet they were glad they didn't take the back roads. I mean, if you imagine if you're on a highway and all those little things going wrong, it wouldn't have been, things could have gone a lot different, couldn't they? So when Warren's got home, Ed placed the doll on his work desk and didn't think much about it and thought it'd be safe. Oh, how wrong could he be? I mean, it's a demon. I wouldn't just leave a demon lying around. I mean, would you? No. So this was Annabelle's chance to really show what she was made of, and boy, did Annabelle do that. Annabelle was seen rising and levitating on multiple occasions. That's something I would love to see, wouldn't you? I've never seen anything like that. But I thought the demon had quite. I think it was watching them and keeping it on the low. Annabelle was soon spotted moving again. They would put her in one room to find her in another. Ed and Lorraine called the priest, but he didn't seem to take it serious and actually mocked the doll, saying it couldn't hurt him, it's just a doll. Like most people probably in their right mind, when they're thinking logically about things, they think, nah, that could not be possible. But yep, that was a bad idea. I mean, maybe he just didn't want to believe that. So, the priest got into his car and he had an accident on his way home. The car turned over, the brakes failed, and the car was a write-off. Luckily, the priest did survive, but he was seriously hurt. Do you think this was a warning sign from Annabelle? Annabelle is still around today. She is kept in a glass cage which the doll was built in, so she cannot move around. The Warrens put a sign on, do not touch the glass. Would you dare touch the cage? There has been a lot of investigations and stories on the reported doll moving around. One museum goer who ignored the warning signs and taunted the doll died in a motorcycle crash shortly after, told to leave by the museum. My advice would be to respect the doll if you do go to visit it. And would you spend some time with the Annabelle doll investigating? I mean, I know I would. That's something that I would love to go see. Hopefully one day I will get the chance. I am thinking about doing some reviews on the film, so if you would like that, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching all the way through. If you like it, please like, and you can follow me on Instagram, and you can also subscribe. Thank you.